after losing 1-0 to Wolverhampton Wanderers and seeing how the 35 plus year old João Moutinho and the 24-year-old Ruben Neves bust down his midfield, the manager of Manchester United has really come out and signaled out that single player that is missing into the Manchester United's puzzle in there. That is the jigsaw missing out in the puzzle of United really to do wonders. Because when you look around at Manchester United, we do have wonderful and fantastic players. But guess what? They failed to come up and do the needful of United going ahead to make us proud again, or make us great again. Welcome to you, Rokani. Welcome to you, the Manchester United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? It's always a pleasure to listen from you. I'm really back fully and energized in there. Not even losing to Wolverhampton Wanderers can stop me from presenting you all these stories that I really bring to you here onto the Manchester United Matters channel. This is my job. I really owe you a lot in there, and the only thing I'm supposed to do for you is to come up and really report this news as expected that is really going to come in here and make you happy. Smash the like button, comment and share, and if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel. Most people ask ourselves, how do you subscribe to the Manchester United Matters channel? Go to the right lower bottom corner. There is that red button in there. It has the word subscribe. Hit on it, and after hitting on it, do one thing: go ahead and hit the notification bell and select all. That you will be done, and there will be nothing you demand from us apart from us coming in here and bringing you the latest news and information as you guys yearn for it here onto the Manchester United Matters channel. Today has been a very calm day. News coming in at first that Rangnick has really sent Manchester United players on 2 days off. Remember, they last played on Monday. That means on Tuesday, obviously, they're not going to train. They're expected to report to training today. But news coming in shows that Rangnick has told them that I really want to see you back here on Friday. That means they are really going to rest on Wednesday and Thursday in there. That means there are a lot of uncertainties happening at Manchester United. Lots of things that Rangnick came in, thought that United is a really organized club, yet it wasn't. That's why Zlatan Ibrahimovic came out and said that what he found at Manchester United was a big club with a weak mentality. That's what a man who goes by names of Zlatan Ibrahimovic came out and said, because that's what he saw, and that's what he really had to come out and say. Remember, Zlatan is an outspoken man. He fears nobody. He fears nobody. I think he only respects God in there, and very many people really call someone who is outspoken that arrogant. He is not arrogant, but he calls a spade a spade. When he was asked about what United was, he said it's a big club with a small mentality, and that small mentality has been built at Manchester United ever since Alex Ferguson quit this club. That's when that mentality has been in here for a very long time, because when Alex Ferguson was here, no small mentality was in these players. But when Alex Ferguson left, there is the way players really gained power at Manchester United, something that I don't really support to see at Manchester United, because the more it continues, the more our club is going to be ruined in there. So Rangnick comes in out and tells players, 2 days off, you are not going to train. Yeah. Then he is sitting with the likes of the Armers in there, and his new video analyst, Fletcher, Phelan in there, to sort out what's really wrong at Manchester United. And today, as they sort out things, as they sort out things that are wrong at Manchester United, guess what has happened? This has leaked into the media, and it's all about a man who goes by names of Ruben Neves, who outclassed McTominay. He outclassed the grown-up Nemanja Matic, who is no longer at his prime. He's at his decline in there, and Wolverhampton Wanderers came out and exposed the midfield of Manchester United in there. And guess, there is no day we won a midfield battle when United is playing. That day is not here. I don't even remember the last time United won a midfield battle. We've been winning these games because of the players that we have while going forward. You get? And because some teams really have bad defenses. Look at a team like Burnley in there. Burnley with its poor defense in there, it would have considered close to 7 goals from Manchester United. You get? So that happened not because United are good enough, but it happened because Burnley was poor. Each and every time United has faced a very good side in the top 10 of the Premier League, United has bottled it up. And guess what? The midfield has costed United very many games in there. By the way, for me, I really thought that after Sancho, after bringing in Sancho, you brought in which other player? Solskjaer brought in Sancho, you brought in Rafael Varane, and before Ronaldo came in altogether, I really thought that we would have gotten in a central defensive midfielder. And all the news was eyeing to Ruben Neves. And guess what? They had put close to £35 million on Ruben Neves, if at all any team really wanted to buy him by the time in there. And I really thought that even before Ronaldo came in at Manchester United, Ruben Neves would have been a priority. There is no way he would have entered this season without a central defensive midfielder, because it's obvious games are won and lost in the midfield. Let me show you a clear example that games are won and lost in the midfield. During the Sir Alex Ferguson era, remember, we used to have Roy Keane, we used to have Nick Butt. You get? Those used to play as central defensive midfielders in there. You get? So during that time, they used to play with only one CDM in there for you. And in this changed system that is happening right now, we play with a single CDM. Remember, even when Ferguson was still here, when United had adopted a 4-3-3 system, they would play Michael Carrick alongside Paul Scholes and Jin-Sun Park. Remember, all Ryan Giggs in the midfield three. That's what Ferguson used to play with. Then the rest, Ronaldo, Rooney, and Alex Tevez or Nani could lead the attack in there. Even after the evolution that Kagawa's came in, he used to play in a midfield three with one CDM, and that one CDM was Michael Carrick in there. And that's why I was so much hurt with Michael Carrick trying to sell us a lie that Scott McTominay is one of those players that is really going to come up and do the needful for Manchester United. We were sold a lie. Michael Carrick, you were one of the best CDMs that we've ever seen in the Premier League. You were so much calm. Your composure was great. Your technique was great. You really had a very nice touch. You really got hold of that ball and passed it to your fellow players while going forward. Now in that midfield, you really did good for Manchester United. But why come here and sell us a lie of Scott McTominay to be a CDM? He can't. Each and every time Scott McTominay has been allowed to play as a box-to-box player, he has played very well. And he has come out and proven Darren Fletcher, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Michael Carrick that no. I'm not a CDM. I'm good at playing the box-to-box role. And when he's playing the box-to-box role, sorry for that, he plays very well. So let that lie not to be sold to us again. And my wonder and my worry is, Rangnick comes in, he's still playing with the same team. You get in the midfield in there. And I got to know the solution. I got to know why it's happening like this. It's simple. Why is Rangnick still playing Scott McTominay into the midfield as a CDM? The reason is simple. The people he found here, because, you know, when you look at the coaching staff of Manchester United, the coaching staff consists of close to 10 plus coaches. And on those, only 50% have left. Let me look for the coaching staff of Manchester United. You get? Only 50% of those have left. Guess what? They are still having very many players in there, very many managers who really believe into the Scott McTominay and Freddie in there. So this is really what is happening at Manchester United. I really want to know, who are the managers? Who are the managers? Who are the managers? Who are the managers of these players in here? I really want to know, because I really feel like there is that team in there. There are very many players in there and very many managers at Manchester United who really believe that Scott McTominay is really a CDM. Something that I don't believe. That is trash, and I call that out immediately. That's why Rangnick has suspended these players, or told these players, go for 2 days. You're not going to train because we have lots of things to settle. I think each and every time Rangnick comes out and tells them, please, I'm picking Donny van Beek and Nemanja Matic into the double middle pivot, into this system of 4-2-2-2, Fletcher comes and, no, we tried that out and it's not happening in there. So that's a very bad thing at Manchester United. That's why when Solskjaer was being called out we said that he should go with his entire entourage. They had to go out, all of them. They had to go and leave Manchester United in peace. Because look at Spurs. Mourinho came in, he sacked the entire team. You get? He sacked the entire team coaching staff of a man who goes by names of Pochettino, and Mourinho came in with his coaching team. When Conte came in at Tottenham Hotspur, he told all of those that if at all you are here, I'm not interested in you. I have a team of people that I work with, such that if at all Tottenham Hotspur fails, it has failed on my arms, because this is my reputation that I'm really destroying. If at all I stay with you guys, this is my reputation. And I think this is something that Rangnick is settling in these 2 days. He's telling these people that, please, I'm in control and allow me be in control, because the previous 4 games, I've allowed you to come into my mind and discuss these things and decided on who is going to play, and all the teams is playing shambles in there. The team is shambolic. It's very shambolic, especially from the midfield. And now, today, news has come in from TalkSport indicating that Manchester United are interested in Ruben Neves. And when you hear the statements coming in from Bruno Raj, the manager of Wolverhampton Wanderers, he has really come out and assured people that, true, Ruben Neves no longer wants to play for Wolverhampton Wanderers, not because that he doesn't love Wolverhampton Wanderers, but he believes he has been here for a very long time and believes that he deserves another bigger challenge, because Ruben Neves deserves to be playing at Man City, Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, name it, because he has that quality. For those that watched that game of Manchester United versus Wolverhampton Wanderers, you saw how composed he was. You saw how his positional sense. We remember he really did 3 shots outside the 18-yard box area. That is Ruben Neves for you. What are his attributes? Ruben Neves, he's good at controlling the game. His physique is way up there. His football intelligence is way up there to an extent that no United player matches that in the midfield of Manchester United, especially when he's playing the CDM role. Thirdly and fourthly, why I really feel like he should be the right man to be brought in at Manchester United, he has been playing in the Premier League. Ruben Neves has been in the Premier League for very many years, because he joined Wolverhampton Wanderers in 2017. That means 4 years round he has been playing in the Premier League. What else better describes a better player? Because when people talk of Hidara, they talk about Kamara. Those are players that are coming in from different leagues in there. But Ruben Neves, you sign him today, tomorrow, even if United is playing, you play him, because it's obvious and written all over the world that he is one of the best proven CDMs in the Premier League, and he can come and do that job, because the job at Manchester United that is really going to see our jigsaw or our puzzle fixed up very well is to get in a CDM. If we don't get in a CDM, guys, I'm really worried about the top 4, because each and every time you look at our fixture, you cry in there, because we are having easy games before we play Man City, and we are failing to capitalize onto these games. Because I just imagine if at all a player who goes by the names of Ruben Neves comes in at Manchester United, these fixtures are done. Yes, remember we are playing Aston Villa on the 15th. I'm talking about Premier League games, not FA Cup games. We are playing Aston Villa on the 15th. We are playing West Ham on the 22nd of January. We are playing Burnley. We are playing Burnley on the 8th of February. We are playing Southampton. Those are 12th February. We are playing Leeds on the 20th of February. And Watford on the 26th of February. Those are 7 games. And those 7 games, if at all you plant in a player who goes by names of Ruben Neves immediately before these games come to happen, trust me, we are really going to get results. We are really going to get results in there, because we need someone to put our midfield back to where it's supposed to be. Remember, we are Manchester United. We are a team that has won the most Premier League trophies in here. And if at all we don't really sort this out amidst all what is happening behind the club, then we are not really going to know the real issue that is battling Manchester United. All along, we've been talking about the CDM. Yes, there are very many other problems at Manchester United, but the CDM is one of those that is costing Manchester United, because getting a CDM, we can play a 4-1-3-2. Remember that system that Rangnick adopted when we are 1 goal behind Newcastle. He said he changed to a 4-1-3-2 in there. So Neves can come in and play that solo role alone. He can play it alone. He can stand in front of that back four and patrol that entire area because he's young, he's 24 years of age. He is energetic and can do all what we expect him to do. All what we want him to do, he'll come in and do it. That is Ruben Neves in there for you. So Bruno will play ahead of him. Then Sancho will play off the left side of the midfield. Who else? Mason Greenwood will play off the right attacking side of the midfield. Then the two darlings, Ronaldo and Cavani of Rangnick, because Rangnick believes that in this modern football, you shouldn't play with one center forward. He believes in playing with two center forwards. Then Ronaldo can either play with Rashford or Cavani in there. You get, even Mason Greenwood can go in and play with Ronaldo. Then Sancho can play off the right and Rashford can play off the left in there because Rangnick fancies playing with two center forwards in there. So that's the beauty of bringing in a Ruben Neves. And I think I'm tempted to do a video of how United will line up with Ruben Neves in there for you because I really feel like he's a good quality signing. He's really great. He's a good player. And I really feel like he is that player that we really miss into the squad of Manchester United. And I really feel like when he comes in there, he's really going to be a good signing. But my shock is simple. That TalkSport says, let me read what TalkSport says. TalkSport said this. They said, and that TalkSport guy goes by the names of, he's called Alex Crook in there. TalkSport presenter, newsman, commentator, European top newspaper, blah, 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 blah. So that's the guy in there. He's called Alex Crook from TalkSport. He came out and said the following. This is what TalkSport had for us in here. TalkSport, where are you? TalkSport, I'm looking for you. I really want to read out you what you said in there because this is where I got your story from. TalkSport. Yeah, they say, breaking. Manchester United FC are amongst the host of clubs tracking Wolverhampton Wanderers FC Ruben Neves. Wolves would demand a package upwards of £50 million for the 24-year-old. TalkSport understands in there. So that's really a very big amount of money for Ruben Neves. But according to how much Manchester United has to go on and spent, they've spent £8 million on Harry Maguire, an amount of money that United would have got and bought in two decent centre-backs. You get £80 million. If I told you to get £40 million, you can get in Jules Koundé. You can get in Konate. Konate came in at, was it 35 in there? You can get a decent centre-back who is not English, who is coming out of the Premier League. You can get one who is very decent and will come in and get that job done better than Harry Maguire. You get two of those in there. Then you go ahead and look at Aaron Wan-Bissaka. £50 million spent on him. We can go in and get a right back at £20 million who can really come out and do a job better than Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So I tell you that United is expenditure that is real. Sancho is real because he had really proven that point in there. Bruno Fernandes, yeah, up there in there. So United has made very many signings and they've been overcharged in there. Let me give you an example as to why United have been overcharged. Last summer, you know what happened? United was eyeing a player who goes by names of Kieran Trippier, and guess what? United was told by Atletico Madrid that we want £30 million for Kieran Trippier. And United were willing to pay that money. Do you know that? They were really willing to pay that money in there. But what happened was that deal never came to mature. But recently, yesterday, I've done a video on my other sister channel, which goes by names of the Rokani Football Podcast. Guess how much Kieran Trippier has crossed side from Atletico Madrid to join a team which goes by the names of Newcastle. £12 million plus add-ons. Imagine, with add-ons included, £12 million. £12 million have been paid by a team which goes by the names of Newcastle to see to it that they complete the signing of a player who was wanted by Manchester United, and United were told that you are supposed to pay £30 million, a difference of £18 million. And guys, I really have a thought in me that we should really come out and start investigating. Auditors should really come in. I think there is some money that is really losing. There is some money that crosses sides when United is really doing these deals, because you can't tell me that a player who was charged £30 million has depreciated to a level of £12 million. No way. No way, because he has been playing very well at Atletico Madrid. And how do you come and tell me that United was going to pay £30 million for Kylian Trippier and Newcastle have paid 12 in there? And when you look at the price tag that has been slashed on Ruben Neves, £50 million, that's way too much money in there. And I really believe that if at all a team comes up with 30-40 million pounds in there, they're really getting Ruben Neves to this side in there, because I really think that they'll be making a very big profit in there for you, because he's good in there. And I really want to know how much he left Portugal to come in the Premier League in there, because it's a very big profit that they're really going to make. And I really feel like United even has players that they can really put on, because I feel like get a player like Scott McTominay, though he's their darling. If I told our Manchester United, I would have told Wolverhampton Wanderers that I'm having Scott McTominay and I'm adding on a player who goes by the names of Scott McTominay plus money close to £30 million and get you Ruben Neves in there for you. I think they will accept this deal in there, because Ruben Neves is needed at Manchester United as sub in there. And I think Rangnick is telling the board, get me a central defensive midfielder. And because this is a very quick buy, we can't go out for Hidara because he's playing in the Bundesliga. And that he really came out and told us that there is a very big difference between the Bundesliga and the Premier League. He said that it's very hard to see a team at the bottom half coming out and putting up a show all game on a team that is in the top 6 of the Premier League. That's what Rangnick came out and said. And I think these 5 games that he has coached Manchester United, he has really got to know that I don't really need a player out of the Premier League right now, because this is a quick fix. It's supposed to be a quick fix immediately, because the more we take long, the more we are really going to lose games, and the more we are really going to come here and cry when our team called Manchester United is losing in there. So Rangnick wants Ruben Neves, but the price put onto Ruben Neves, £50 million in there for you. I don't really say that it's not worth him, but I really feel like that's so much. I think he should be, maximum should be 40 in there. But I know United, if at all they are really wanting a player, they'll go in and slash that money on him. And if at all Rangnick tells them that, you guys, I really want some money in there, they are really going to come out and pay him. Because I've read a story today that has come out and indicated that Manchester United has told Rangnick that if at all he really feels like he wants to get in some good money, another player in there at Manchester United, monies are real there for him to spend. I'm looking for it in here because I really want to give you a detailed story of what is really happening in there. But all in all, smash the like button, comment and share. All right, it's here. It's coming in from he's a reporter of the Times Sports, known as Paul Hist in there, covering Manchester United and Manchester City, previously chief football writer at PA in there. So he writes for the Times. This is what he said. Manchester United have told Rangnick that funds are available if he wishes to make signings. Rangnick is thought to believe that the midfield area needs strengthening. Mahoud Diarra is on the list of the potential recruits in there for you. So that's Chris Paul Hurst in there for you, coming out and confirming to you that Manchester United have assured Ralf Rangnick that if you want the money to sign any player, the money is available and we are really willing to support you in there. So that's Ruben Neves in there for you, and more stories coming in about Ruben Neves. I've seen one in here from the UTD report, reporting in from Graham Bailey in there. He's a transfer correspondent for 90-minute football. He has really come out and said, remain keen, Manchester United remain keen and are open to the possibility of making a bid this month. Wolverhampton Wanderers are understood to be ready to listen to offers and have indicated to these intermediaries they would sanction a deal if their asking price is met. And their asking price is how much? Their asking price is £50 million, something that I feel like United can go in and pay that amount of money. One, the age of the player. He is 24. He's 24. You get? Secondly, if you're willing to pay £30 million for a 30-year-old player who goes by names of Kylian Trippier, why don't you go in and pay in for a 24-year-old proven Premier League player who goes by names of Ruben Neves? Because he is needed at Manchester United as sub to save our season, because I don't want to see United play Europa again. I hate it. I hate to see United play Thursday night football. I hate it, guys. I don't like it. I don't like it because that's not where we belong. And to be sure that we are really going to be where we belong in there, we have to go in and get in a central defensive midfielder. Ruben Neves is there, Premier League proven. He comes straight into our team. You get? Now, if at all you have Ruben Neves and you're playing him alongside Scott McTominay, no worries. He can play alongside Bruno Fernandes. You can play him alongside Paul Pogba. You can play him alongside Danny Van Beek in there for you. That's the beauty of this young man in there. And he's not injury prone. He will give you a full season. 38 games, he will come in and play all those games. And the gang pressing of Rangnick favors him because he's a workaholic player, talented, he works hard. So this is something United needs to get done ASAP. Because look at that United team. Good goalkeeper, we have good right backs, we have two sets of left fullbacks, that is Luke Shaw and Alex Telles. When we come to the central defense, we are having majority, we are having a plenty, we are having a what? How is it called? A platter. So we can get anything to eat in there. It's a buffet. We have a buffet of central defenders. Harry Maguire, Eric Bale, Victor Lindelof, and recently the man who returned and played his first game in 24 months, that is Phil Jones in there. For he came in and played very well. You get? So we're having a platter of defenders, a buffet of players. But go to the midfield, especially the CDM. We have very many midfielders, but there is one midfielder that we are lacking who plays a CDM role in there for you. Now, let me show you the importance of a CDM role. Look at Chelsea. Chelsea have been playing very well when they started off their season, when they are having all their CDMs and central midfielders in there. That is Jorginho, N'Golo Kante, and Kovacic. But guess what? The moment Kovacic and Jorginho got injured, Chelsea lost games. They drew with Manchester United, they lost to West Ham, they drew with Brighton, and which other game did they lose? So it shows you that those players are pivotal and very crucial. And when N'Golo Kante came in, they won again. You get? So even in the game of Chelsea, you saw N'Golo Kante playing that role in there very well. Kovacic was in there. So it shows you how pivotal these players are and needed at Manchester United. And Ruben Neves is urgently needed at Manchester United in there. And Rangnick has made a call for Ruben Neves. And the good thing is that even Wolves, a team where Ruben Neves is playing right about now, have come out and said Ruben Neves wants to leave Wolverhampton Wanderers. But he will leave Wolverhampton Wanderers when a right price is made for him. That is £50 million in there put onto his head by Bruno Raj in there, the own managing manager of Wolverhampton Wanderers in there. £50 million, that's the price put onto Ruben Neves. You guys watching in, smash the like button, comment and share. Do you think £50 million are worth to sign in Ruben Neves? Do you think it's realistic? Do you think that price is realistic? Because I really feel like it's too much, but according to what we need as Manchester United, there is no way I'm going to say that it's too much, because it's the only jigsaw left to fill our puzzle. Our puzzle is missing in only one jigsaw, and that is Ruben Neves in there for you. So I really feel like Ruben Neves should come in at Manchester United. And secondly, the reason as to why they are really calling for all that amount of money, he is left with 2.5 years on his contract, because his contract expires in the June of 2024. That means count 2022, 2023, those are 2 years, and then the summer of 2024, those are 2.5 years in there. It would have been easy if at all he was left like with 1.5 years, but he has 2.5 years. Even after playing until the summer, Ruben Neves will be left with 2 years left in there on his contract. So I think it's better we get in Ruben Neves to come in at Manchester United and do that role in there very well to save Manchester United. That's what we had for you today. Thank you guys for watching in. Smash the like button, comment and share. This is the Manchester United Matters channel, and this is how we do it on a daily onto this channel. We are always live, we are back in full swing, and expect you guys to come in through and support this channel by subscribing to us and showing us mad love. I sign out for now. See you later. This is the African Cover Studios, and I've been Rokan David, aka RD, on Manchester United Matters channel. I sign out for now. See you later, mates.